We're back at Keeneland. So, first race, first day. I actually like a horse in this race that we're going to talk about. There's a couple of grade ones later on in the card that I'm not going to be playing. Um, However, in race 9, there was a long shot I was looking at. Dream Express, possible horse to put on a ticket. Should be a good price. I like the Breezing Bullet 5 furlong work at a minute flat back at Keeneland on September 20th. So watch out for that horse. That's a turf pedigree Bernstein colt. I'm sorry, Bernstein filly. And I like the work with these 2-year-olds. Never know. But I'm actually going to be playing race number 1 today. 7 furlong and $50,000 maiden claimer for 3 and up. And we'll go through each horse here, starting with the 1 Sharif, 8-1. This is a $350,000 purchase. The Colt seems to me just to be too slow. Hasn't been working. Ran one time on the Pauly and was buried at Keeneland at 7 furlongs. So we're going to stay away from that horse. The 2 I liked a little bit, Woodway. This is a $200,000 Forest Camp colt, and formerly in Todd Pletcher's barn. And so when he didn't pan out for the Triple Crown run, looks like they moved him along to Jeff Thornberry now. But this horse has had 7 maiden races and has not won. Obviously, was second 3 times and has a third. But at 5-2, probably gonna stay away from this horse as well. But we'll play him underneath my exotic. The 3 DC Niner. This horse is 6-1, coming in as the number 2 prime power. The horse looks to be decent. Is on an improving pattern. 6-1 morning line. The 4, also a horse on an improving pattern. May go off as the favorite in this race. Pattern of the Cat. This horse last race out was second. Race before that was second. Did show good stalking speed. Has a good work last time out. Although that was over a month ago, so we don't really know what that means. However, 2 seconds. He should be, in the picture come the end of the race. A little bit off the pace, so probably looking for a little speed. That leaves us to the 5 horse, who is 12-1 on the morning line, and this is a mizzen mast colt, gelded. I'm sorry, this is a gelding, and I like 2 works back at Arlington Park, 59-4, handily out of the gate. And if you look back, 2 races back, he bolted the first turn, and then in the first race veered sharply. Now in the next race they had him at 16-1, and he was. I actually watched this race on replays, and he was leading the whole way. Was starting to get tired a little bit towards the 16th pole, and at that time some of the passing horses kind of boxed him in. He checked pretty hard, and then they passed him up, and he actually got his stride back and stayed in 4th place, only beaten 2 3/4 lengths. There was a jockey's claim of foul, but it did not change the order of finish. So I think Ship's Cabin at 12-1, probably even get him higher, is going to be a good play tomorrow. His last race, his second speed figure, according to the way I look at the races, was a lifetime best, and that was combined with a lifetime overall best speed figure, and that was at the distance. And that lifetime best speed figure was the top figure in the race. And it's the top figure at the distance, and it's the top figure last time out. So I think Ship's Cabin is going to have a good shot at winning this race at a good price. Next horse is Brightest Hope. who's 20 to 1. And I have this horse as a 4-year-old. A lot of times I like the 4-year-old going up against 3-year-olds, not necessarily in maiden races. However, if this horse was hurt, he could be ready to show. You know, the horses do seem to know what you got more as a 4-year-old, and if they miss their 3-year-old season, a lot of times they can come back and be very tough against 3-year-olds. So I think he's got to be on the ticket. The next horse we're looking at is a horse chestnut gelding. Didn't really like too much about this horse. Didn't like the works. Was beaten big last time out. But you never know. With second-time starters, horses can improve dramatically from their first and second start. So kind of a question mark there. He'll be off my ticket. Next horse, Lord and T. This is a $500,000 AP Indy who's 0 for 6. 0 for 4 this year. Pretty much making a major drop in class. And if you go by top drop, then he's the horse to play here. 6 to 1. However, he hasn't shown much of anything, and I'm going to be staying away. I don't even like the works. So difficult horse to bet in this spot, but just based on class alone, could win this race. Next race, Parade Critic. This horse is coming out of a low-level turf race for 3-year-olds and up. Was only beaten a length. Ran pretty competitively. Was gaining at the end. He's got the turf pedigree with Woodman. So difficult horse to play, but at the same time, wouldn't be shocked if he won. And then the last horse is that I was looking at in the race here is the 10, Satchel at 8 to 1. I think this horse is on an improving pace pattern. His last race out was his top speed figure of the year at the distance. It will be a long shot, but can be played in the exotics. So the wager that I'm making, I'm spending $50 on this race. If we hit it, we can look at the grade ones. But I'm going to play a $4 exacta wheel 5 with the 2, 3, 4, 6, 10, and that's a $20 wager. And then 10 to win on the 5 Ship's Cabin, and 20 to place on Ship's Cabin. If you can see that. Good luck, and if you watched last week, the Hollywood Park Pick 6, we had second and 5 winners, and and that second was the beaten favorite who was flying at the end of the race. If you watched the Pick 6 last week, so hopefully that's a sign of things to come with the Breeders' Cup coming up here quickly. Well, I'm going to have another show for the Saturday's races. Thank you, and we'll check you later.